So the inclusivity is an interesting discussion point because most companies don't think about this. They think about checking the box. Have I hit 30% women? Good, done. My job is finished here. And they're not thinking about, have we changed the way we operate because of the diversity? Have we taken the goodness of bringing in a diverse workforce? Have we made sure that we've changed the way our company operates? That doesn't happen in many cases. They're about, it's a numbers game. I've written blogs about this. It's a numbers game, and personally drives me a little crazy. But more than anything, it doesn't lead to any success for what they've invested in, nor what they are trying to communicate out to the public. I'd like to hear what you say about that. Anyone who wants to pitch in.
Um, so Gabby, I mean, based on what Star and Erika had mentioned and what you're asking, I think it's really important for organizations to have champions within different departments or different divisions. Organizations need to definitely go through training for unbiased, because people don't realize that they have these specific biases that even I may have. Just because I'm a woman of color, doesn't mean I don't have my own biases. So it could impact in terms of promotions, mentoring, all sorts of things. So another thing is to ensure that there's actual mentorship in place. And it's not just, oh, I mentored her, but actually have deliverables. And, people have to be accountable. And you have to also see, what are the outcomes? Has it failed or has it been successful? What are the lessons learned? Because I think it's oftentimes so easy to just say, okay, tick, 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 I got 30 people from marginalized communities. They're, some Latino, some Black, some Asian, some women, some, from the LGBTQ community. That doesn't mean anything. You need to take steps. And this often also goes back to, right, in the household, right? I mean, I have a 2-year-old. I make it a conscious effort to ensure that she plays with as much as STEM, related toys and not just girly Barbie stuff. Actually, I don't think we have Barbie at home, but, but, it's important to kind of change that mindset and start from the home. Then even in primary school, and now I'm seeing my friends' kids who are older who are coding. I mean, they're like 6 and 8-year-old girls that are like coding and telling me all this stuff. And had I been exposed to that, perhaps I would have been in engineering. I don't know. But, those were things that I think are really important, and not just saying it's specifically only for, a group. And I think we need to make a conscious effort as well, not to also discredit the other 50% of the population as well, because if we tend to only say this is purely only for women, and then we can actually end up marginalizing the rest of the population, or this is only for a specific, as much as there are obviously people of color and women, people of color, and then even within people of color, the communities, if you go down the rank, you could see who's actually gotten support and who hasn't. So we have to make a conscious effort to reach all of those groups, but at the same time, we have to also be inclusive enough to ensure that everyone feels like this is bringing in a richness. And as well, it's not just pure technology folks, because there are a lot of women like myself who come from a regulatory background, or Star come from a regulatory background, or who have other backgrounds that are, especially in cyber, because there are 4 million jobs that are unfilled right now. And we have all these folks that have recently lost their jobs due to being in different sectors that have been impacted, and majority of them that have been impacted in this, COVID worldwide have been women who are in leadership positions, and women who have had to leave and be pure caregivers because of, whatever financial burdens or whatever the case may be. But, a career like cybersecurity or technology, we have the option to be able to work from home if possible. And if we are allowed to get folks from different backgrounds the training that they need, and that I think will help tremendously. We work with the New York Academy of Sciences, and we've been offering courses not only for their post-secondary graduate and their professionals, but also for the little ones, from primary school right up till high school, because introducing them to these programs, and especially young girls from all marginalized communities, and they have a concerted effort to work with communities that have been deeply marginalized to ensure that they have access to the education, because that's what's really going to uplift and change the mentality of the future generations. I mean, we're talking about what's happening to us, but we have to also look at our kids and what they, set it up so then they have the means to be successful in the future.